Welcome to the pre-recorded presentation for the Oshawa Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide update. This recording was first made available online starting in November 2020. We appreciate you taking the time to participate and provide your feedback. During this presentation, we will be discussing the following information: an overview of the study, where we will define neighbourhood traffic management and explain the purpose of the study, the project plan, including approximate study timelines, the study process, where we will go through the background discussion, new policy tools, and traffic management devices, and stakeholder involvement. And finally, next steps, where we will indicate upcoming aspects of the project and explain how you can stay involved throughout the study. A Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide is a document that presents devices used to alter driver behavior and the processes that govern their selection for implementation. A Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide helps to manage traffic at the community level, assist city staff and city council respond to traffic issues, establish warrant and justification criteria for traffic control devices, and identify public and stakeholder traffic concerns and prioritize public safety. Since 2002, when the current guide was published, there have been several changes to traffic management processes. Some of these changes include amendments to the Highway Traffic Act, the introduction of community safety zones, 40 km/h speed limit areas, and automated speed enforcement, the establishment of new low-cost temporary traffic management devices and proactive road design with residential developers, and updates to the public survey and petition process. The objectives of Oshawa's updated Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide include create a new process which reflects current industry standards and best practices for addressing traffic issues, establish a comprehensive and accountable warranting process to choose traffic management devices, provide a toolbox of the latest traffic management devices that the city can deploy, and review and recommend policies for 40 km/h area limits, community safety zones, in-road signs, and other tools. The study received council approval in 2019. Soon after, the steering committee was formed and the terms of reference were developed. After the RFP was submitted and evaluated, the project was initiated in the summer of 2020. The study team then started conducting a background review in the summer of 2020, and that task is ongoing. This presentation is part of Consultation Part A, which will take place throughout the month of November and into December 2020. After the Part A consultation activities are completed, the study team will update the toolbox of traffic management devices, establish a warranting process, and develop new traffic management policies in the fall and winter of 2020. This will lead to the development of the draft updated Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide in winter 2020 and early 2021. This will be followed by the second round of consultation in winter and spring of 2021, with the final updated Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide targeted for completion in the spring of 2021. The steps in updating the Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide include 1. Establishing a scope and areas of focus. 2. Background review of the latest policies and guidelines. 3. Conducting 2 rounds of consultation. 4. Updating the decision-making process. 5. Creating guidelines for new developments. 6. Investigating opportunities for specific policies. 7. Updating the warranting process. And 8. Updating the toolbox of traffic calming devices. These steps will lead to the completion of an updated Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide that reflects the latest traffic management policies and solutions. When conducting the background review, the study team will review existing guidelines and policies, review other traffic calming guides and engineering standards, research relevant policy changes, and research municipal best practices. Some key policies that will be explored during the background review will include 40 km/h speed limit areas, community safety zones, best practices for new developments, and other low-cost temporary solutions. The study team has developed a proposed list of agencies to help guide the development of the draft Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide. The selection process began by analyzing a long list of similar-sized Canadian cities. Any agencies without recent documents or initiatives were removed from the list, and other agencies with recent guide updates and initiatives were added. Agencies with websites containing recent innovations and implementations are also being considered, even if their official guidelines are older. A list of potential agencies is summarized on the slide and includes cities such as Oakville, Toronto, Hamilton, and London. There are a number of potential traffic management devices that can be implemented in Oshawa to help change driver behavior. We have been asked to examine some specific devices, including flexible in-road signs, 40 km/h areas, and temporary curb extensions. However, as highlighted on the slide, there are many additional examples of traditional devices, as well as new emerging devices that can also be considered for streets in Oshawa, such as roundabouts, speed humps, automated speed enforcement, radar speed display signs, and many others. One traffic management policy tool that will be explored as part of this study is a 40 km/h speed limit area. This is a policy tool aimed at lowering speed limits in certain areas or neighborhoods. For this tool, signage would only be needed at entry and exit points rather than on every street. The tool will be intended to reduce speeds in areas around parks, schools, retirement homes, and community centers. 40 km/h areas in a municipality can be designated by passing a bylaw. No community petitions are required, but other warrants should be met when using this tool to increase the likelihood of compliance. Another traffic management policy tool that will be explored during this study will be community safety zones. A community safety zone is a designated road segment where public safety is of greater concern. These areas are recognized under the Highway Traffic Act and are selected based on a municipal warranting process. In community safety zones, speeding fines can be doubled, but there are no placement limitations like school zones have. In participating municipalities, community safety zones are eligible for automated speed enforcement. New development street planning is another tool where there is an increased focus on road planning and design that is appropriate for new neighborhoods. This may include creating guidelines for developers to ensure adherence to municipal road design standards and reduce costs of future road improvements. This policy tool also contributes to the design of safer streets for all users in the long term. To stay connected and share feedback, you can visit the Connect Oshawa project website to indicate locations where you think traffic safety can be improved on the crowdsourced map, complete the feedback form to share your thoughts on traffic management policies and tools being used locally and in other Ontario communities, and whether you would like to see these ideas used in your neighborhood, and ask the study team any questions you may have about the study. As mentioned, there will be several consultation events and activities throughout the study where stakeholders will be able to provide input. Stakeholders will be invited from a variety of key areas such as operations, transit, emergency services, active transportation, and the development industry. Some key stakeholders that have been identified for this project include the City of Oshawa Road Operations, Transportation, Engineering Services, and Planning Services, the Oshawa Active Transportation Advisory Committee, Durham Region Works and Planning Divisions, Local Emergency Services, and Durham Region School Board, as well as many others as listed on the slide. After this presentation, we will review comments and suggestions from the public and other stakeholders, update the current Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide processes, draft guidelines that consider new residential development construction, and draft policies and warrants for 40 km/h speed limit areas and community safety zones, update the traffic management device toolbox with warrants that justify their installation, present draft processes, policies, and recommendations to the public, stakeholders, and City Council, and provide the final Neighbourhood Traffic Management Guide report to the City. As mentioned, you can stay connected by visiting the Connect Oshawa project website for more information and project updates. You can also contact the project managers with any additional comments or questions about the study. And finally, more information will be provided in the future relating to the second round of consultation in the winter of 2020 and spring of 2021. Thank you very much for participating and providing valuable feedback on the study, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.